Awesome. Freaking amazing.
What the hell? Where's Will? Did we lose
Oh no,
Will?
we got abandonment issues.
Oh, I see him talking. Wait,
Will, go
Wilhelm?
go to the light, Will. Follow Carol Ann.
Exactly. Carol Ann. Oh, dude, I just realized. That's the secretary's name in Hitman.
Is it
Which
Carol
one is
Ann?
that? Is it not contracts? Maybe blood money? Yeah, it's blood money. Remember where the Carnival King? You go in
Oh,
there and he's like,
yep.
Will?
I totally lost you guys.
Yeah, we know. We were talking about Carol Ann and how you should stay away from her.
Live, Prius, or die.
Die. Die. Die.
Live, Prius, or die. Yeah. Yeah, you're safe. Live.
Live, Prius or die. It's episode 10. It is Friday, February 19th. We're coming to you live from the Prius of Love. I'm joined, as always, by my right hand and my left hand and my other right hand, which is just me. And Mondo, speak up.
What is that? Is that like a deformed Buddha statue? It's like my left hand, my right hand, and my flying fist of Judah.
Hey, it's Vishnu, the blue one with the 5 arms or whatever. Yeah.
Vishnu?
Oh, I love it.
Vishnu!
Actually, it's 4 arms, I'm pretty sure, but we've offended the Hindis now.
They should make the arms like bigger, like Popeye arms, man, more defined.
Yeah, with the big fat forearms with the sailor tattoos.
That's right.
That would just dictate something there. I don't think they want to convey to other people at that point.
What, big fat forearms mean stroking?
Yep.
Nice.
Hey,
You wanna
man,
make
that
the one
means you get it done.
Yeah, you get that. You see that one dude in the street, and he like points to one direction. He's got like a scrawny arm, and then you look at his other arm, and it's like fucking fat and meaty and bulbous. Looks like a fucking anime character drew his forearm.
Wasn't there a Skittles commercial like that where the dog had the big one leg because they were all doing arm wrestling?
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
And masturbating.
And that. So how was everyone's week? Mine's pretty boring. It typically is. Not a whole lot happened. How was yours?
You want to take that, Pete?
I had the privilege of eating at a restaurant in Georgia that had freaking fried ribs, dude. Fried fucking ribs.
Fried ribs, deep fried ribs, huh?
Deep fried ribs, and my body almost instantly rejected them.
So you had a total
Were they
TBF?
Oh, it was a total TBF, but it took like 30 minutes, but I knew like right after I bit into the first rib, it was delicious, but it wasn't going to end well. Like my body started saying, "Look, you are intaking too much grease. Greasicus maximus." And it was like, yeah.
Oh,
That's not good. Fried ribs, were they pork or were they beef? Because I don't make
No,
a
they were
difference.
pork.
They were pork?
No, they
Oh,
were pork ribs, man. Oh, dude, they went all out. I mean, look, man, one thing about people in Georgia, man, they don't fuck around. When it comes to eating unhealthy, they are the masterpieces, dude.
it's the South, man.
Ridiculous.
Everything is deep fried down there.
yeah. Isn't that where, like, what's it, Betty Boo Boo's mom is from? What the hell is that little fat kid's name?
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that because that's what I always call my wife that is, a total condescending, tone.
You call her Honey Boo Boo?
Yeah,
Nothing says I love you like calling your wife white trash.
that's exactly right. They get you laid never.
I can picture that shit, dude. I can picture that shit. We're probably like, so, hey, how about you go make me a sandwich there, Honey Boo Boo?
Oh,
You know how often that happens, right? Never. Just about as
Well,
much
you
as
guys work in the adjoining offices, so
yeah.
that works just about as well as pulling your pants down and shaking your dick at a girl and going, "Do you want to suck it?"
That sounds pretty specific there, Pete. You have a story to tell?
I think that should be something straight out of Pete's playbook. We'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm still gonna stick with my goals and say 3% of women that works on. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, and those are the ones you pay first.
Those are the top 2% right there. It's that 1% that you're just like, yeah, sure. That one's good.
Hey, like
What
they
do you
say in Clerks, man, 37 dicks.
in a row.
Yeah, I can't even imagine fried ribs, man. Like, was it like beer batter or what kind of batter was on it? Because I don't understand. I can't get my head wrapped around that. I've only had them
It
grilled. So.
it was it seemed like it was a cornmeal kind of
Right.
it definitely wasn't beer batter. I mean, it wasn't really fluffy. It was like deep fried, maybe egg washed, but it was just man, it was ridiculous, man. I actually squeezed the rib and they give you like these like wrist shields so you can wear them to collect the grease. Because
You had bibs for your wrists.
Yeah, awesome. That's good eats right there.
heads, that's what you have to wear.
It's like one of those dog cones.
Yeah. So it collects the grease as you're like eating this stuff, man.
Nice.
Ugh. Ugh.
So needless to say that it worked its way through all the cracks and crevices in my intestines, and yeah, about 30 minutes later, dude, I blew up a Publix bathroom.
It was like that scene out of Goonies where they're coming down this water slide.
It was,
Let's do some news.
Oh, news. Oh, hey, I got a crazy one. I'm just kind of looking around on the internet. I'm like, all right, what the hell is this? There's this picture of like a bush, and it looks just like a penis. And guess what? It was done that way on purpose. Some guy in London or thereabouts decided he's got this bush that just kind of didn't look very nice to begin with. I guess it kind of had a phallic look already. So he wanted to complete this. He wanted to seal the deal. So he was a tree doctor. So he actually shaped this tree just like a penis.
Oh my god.
And he's in this like neighborhood. He says like, oh yeah, when I'm out there, pruning it and making it look all au natural. And mind you, the bottom does look like a set of balls.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome.
yeah. So I mean, he says his neighbors will look at it and be just thinking, none of them have the guts to come and say anything to him though. And he just says, oh, it just kind of looked that way and just thought it'd be funny. And I guess he lives there single with his like kid. And if that was my dad, I'd be like chopping that tree down while he was sleeping. Like, dude,
Funny.
this is not the 15 minutes of fame you want.
well, I mean, that's definitely something you don't want the neighborhood kids climbing all over.
Yeah, I found it on mirror.co.uk was the website. You just look it up, man shapes. It was like 18 feet tall too. It was no small trim. And the article was just nothing but a tongue in cheek. Like, oh, when I'm out there trimming the bush, there you are.
Oh, he's overcompensating.
Yeah, that was the first comment underneath the article. It's like, this guy is so childish, and he's obviously putting up for some shortcomings of his own.
Wow.
Yeah, could you imagine if that was, you were a 16-year-old or 17-year-old kid, and that was your dad's day job?
Man.
I trim penis bush.
Say what?
I trim penis bush. Human. Yeah, that would suck.
So I thought that was a fairly interesting article, and of course it grabs your eye right away with the picture. You gotta do like a what? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
Yeah, I sent you the link. We'll put it up on the Facebook.
I can just imagine all the old ladies in the neighborhood just kind of hovering around it,
Yeah,
just trying to
exactly.
get a closer look.
That is crazy. I've never seen one so big.
Never will, bitch.
Yeah, it starts digging up memories of well, back in 37 around the time of the war. It's like, oh geez.
I just made a deck.
That reminds me of your grandfather.
Oh,
But he wanted to play with some balls all the time.
Oh, imagine during the wintertime. He's got
It
the
doesn't
white cap on it.
Oh, that is wrong.
He says that like if they were really gonna like people were really gonna complain, he would just cut the whole tip off.
So is the tree circumcised or uncircumcised?
For the pictures, it looks like a pretty much circumcised, which is odd because he is from the England, so I think that's less of a thing there. But whatever. But
Uh,
aside from that lunacy, did you guys see Deadpool or what?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Let's talk about the real news of the week. Dead effing pool.
awesome movie. Awesome movie. Love the amount of jokes that were in it. Just well written.
Oh,
Yeah, it was definitely nonstop jokes, awesome stuff. Some kind of cheesy, some just awesome, like oh my god, totally in your head kind of shit.
I'll tell
Uh,
you what, Ryan Reynolds was the perfect pick for
oh yeah,
Deadpool. I mean, my wife and I were kind of talking about it, and I couldn't imagine like somebody like Ben Stiller being Deadpool. I mean,
which is funny because Zoolander 2 came out like not that long ago. I didn't even know it. I mean, they did like no marketing for that movie. I mean, but Deadpool, I mean, they marketed the hell out of that thing.
just amazing flick.
I mean, it's just nonstop good stuff. I mean, even the opening sequence, the whole 3D roll through the car, that's just awesome.
yeah. There was the creators of Deadpool's names were on those coffee cups, and I love the Green Lantern reference or references throughout that whole movie. That was freaking hilarious.
I mean, there was just nonstop, just like awesome, like when they switched to the doll of the Deadpool from Origins.
Yeah, crappy. Deadpool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it was just perfect how they did that.
yeah. And it was on top of the Wham.
Not
That
even a word.
Wham.
It was just yeah, the wham. Like I was trying to.
Now the movie was great though. I like how they actually kept it and made it R. To make that a PG-13
Basic.
movie, I think it still would have been funny, but I don't think it would have been as funny
Well,
as it turned out.
well, I'll tell you what. I went like the 11th before it was officially out. I got early showing, right?
Mhm.
I mean, there was literally two girls in there under 10 years old with their parents, and I was just like to myself, these people are complete idiots. I mean, did they not have any clue? Did they not watch the Red Band trailers? I mean, even if you think, oh, my family's progressive enough for this. I mean, really, do you want to try to explain some of these situations that happened in this movie to your non 10-year-old children? I just
Yeah,
couldn't.
no
Right.
kidding.
I just couldn't. I mean, I saw like kid, probably 13. I mean, I honestly don't even know if I would have taken a 13-year-old in this. I mean, it was that hardcore. I mean, and there's like a whole movement out there right now saying, can you guys do something about this and try to make it a PG-13 so we can drop our kids off and not have to stay in the movie? It's like, first of all, you lazy pricks,
Hmm.
see a movie with your kid once in a while. Don't just drop them and say fuck off, and then don't and then wonder why they're doing drugs and alcohol and killing and raping themselves later in life. So I mean, there's literally a whole movement for them to try to edit down the movie so it can be a PG-13.
Oh no, it's never going to happen. They
Well, it's never gonna
actually,
happen. I mean, it's too little, too late anyway. But I mean, just the idea that you're gonna be part of this movement because you want to be. I mean, it's just I don't get it.
yeah, and
These people just
they said in the DVD release it's going to be like a bigger, badder cut of the movie. So there's going to be scenes that they couldn't put it in the movie to
right.
keep it on. They had to take out, so they're going to put that on the DVDs. And you got to
Right.
think too, the sequel with Cable, like he literally in the comic book, I don't know how many times he killed himself because Cable was boring him. He shot himself in the head so he would stop listening.
Right. Oh yeah. Like he did that
Oh yeah,
in the video game. It's so boring, and he just shoots himself.
yeah,
I mean, that's got to be such a weird situation. I mean, obviously it's so fantastical, but just this concept that you could sit here and just kill yourself anytime and be like, oh no big deal. See you in 5.
yeah.
Now, a lot of people get the idea that he and this is kind of a comic book thing that he's immortal because of his regenerative powers, but that's not entirely true. Uh,
We talked about that in episode point 5.
do
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Like you can no go ahead, please go ahead and explain. But I mean, I'm not
we,
sure. I'm not sure. Like right now, this
like in
would
the
be
movie,
before those events.
in the movie, that's pretty much how it's portrayed. That is, he's pretty much immortal because of what happened.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of how they built it in there.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is like he wasn't crazy in the movie. You know, like
He was.
yeah, he was crazy, but not as a result of what happened. He was kind of a nut job before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I think that was a little bit different how they went there. But you know, if people really want to know why Deadpool's immortal, they should read the comic books. I won't spoil it. In fact, maybe in movie 2 they'll get into that. And I
Well,
do
yeah,
end scene. As soon as I saw the setting of the end scene, I knew exactly what it was.
of
At,
the
at,
end scene,
at the end of the credits.
it took me a minute to figure that out.
Oh, really?
Let's not spoil that for everybody else who hasn't seen it. But it took me a minute to figure that out because I was like, "What the hell is this?" You know, I was trying to figure out what it was trying to reference, and then it made sense, and I was like, "Ah, okay." Like I had
No,
to see it on TV to realize.
dude. I mean, within a half second, I knew what was happening. I was like, I would tell you that was probably the biggest laugh I got out of that movie because it was so in my head. It was just so like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
awesome. That I totally love that. But again, I won't spoil that. But you know, so I was looking a little bit more on reviews of the movie and things like that, and you come across some funny stuff. And one of the funny things come across is it got a 2-star rating on Roger Ebert's site, and I'm like, wait a minute, isn't Roger Ebert dead?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
he is.
I go to the site and I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on? I mean, the guy's dead. He's been long dead. I mean, at least 2, maybe 3 years. So who the hell's doing these reviews?
Oh, it's his predecessor. There was
Well,
that young guy I was looking for a while.
too, Roper, right?
Well, I
No,
think
no,
Roper's
no.
dead too, but it's like
No, no,
a
no.
Ghost Rider, huh?
Siskel died first.
Yep.
Ebert was doing the show with um I can't think of his first name, but something Roper. And I don't know if he's doing the reviews. All I know is that like on the site, it doesn't even portray that. It's just RogerEbert.com, 2 stars. Here's the scoop of the movie. It doesn't explain who's getting the money
It's
for
pretty
this
close,
for putting
though.
Robert Ebert's name on this.
Man, talk about Ghost Riders, huh?
Uh, it's like uploaded his consciousness to the internet,
Man, even in death, he didn't like it.
pretty much. That's a thumbs down.
I would come back to see this piece of crap.
Ebert did like anything like funny. I swear to God.
Well, look at him.
And he went through some cancer. Leave him alone.
You
Oddly enough, so did Deadpool, but that's a different story.
you think they would have had things in common, only, Deadpool lived, and obviously we know how it ended for Ebert.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing about the Deadpool movie is, what scene do you think was like the most intense to you guys?
I like when he spelled Francis' name.
Oh hell yeah, that was
Yeah. I was
And
kind of particular to the old baby hand to the face. That was
pretty.
oh,
So big in his hand.
yeah.
I just love how he's like cutting away, and the girl, the teenage whatever Negasonic Warhead, was just like, oh, that's so gross, and like Colossus didn't even like pay mind to it at all before he finally cut his hand off.
So do you know who Angel Dust was? Did anybody figure that out?
The dark hair girl, what the big girl?
You know who played her, right?
Oh, who is that?
No, who?
It's Gina Carano.
Who the hell's that?
She's the UFC fighter. She lost to Chris Cyborg's wife.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man. I'm not up on my UFC fighters.
Yeah, dude. Gina, I was like,
Wait,
hey,
she's a UFC fighter?
yeah.
I wonder why she was
Gina
BA.
Carano is a badass, man.
Yeah, she's totally
Or she
BA.
still is. Was like she still is. Like I think she actually might be coming out of retirement soon. But she's
Explain why she didn't have a lot of lines.
you
Oh,
know
oh man.
They gotta dumb it down,
She had a huge rack though.
Oh, that was all boost.
Well, I appreciated the efforts.
And
yeah.
and so did Colossus.
Yeah. What a gentleman they
Yeah.
made Colossus out to be.
I know he was like he was the exact opposite of what Deadpool was, right?
Yeah.
Totally serious, totally, just calm and collected.
Considerate.
Yeah, which is probably why they kind of put him out there. So I definitely enjoyed the movie. I think some of the trailers could have been held back a little bit because I think they ruined some of the better moments of the movie.
Well, they had
Yeah.
to away some of it. They did all at least they did augment, and this is something that's becoming more popular. But they did
Oh yeah,
augment some of the things not to reflect everything that was going on in the movie.
I kind of expected that too. I kind of expected that they were in the lines. Actually, some of the lines I thought that got left in the movie, I thought they would have changed.
Hmm.
Like the T.J. Miller stuff when he first sees Deadpool. I thought they would have changed some more of that or had more dialogue about it.
Right.
What else was cool about that movie?
Well, I like the fact that it didn't take itself too seriously.
Well, hell
Oh
no.
man,
I mean,
there's so
you know,
many times where he was making fun of the movie itself.
Right.
yes.
And somebody really pointed out, and this very good point out, is that like aside from that fourth wall within the fourth wall thing,
Yeah.
he didn't play around like with the film itself. Like there's literally parts in the comic book where he like is ripping the page of the comic book, and
Yeah.
they totally could have gone somewhere with that in just the film part, like moving the. We did move the camera once. I guess that was kind of like that.
Yeah, I really did like the movie. I like the fact that it didn't take itself too seriously. It had a lot of jokes in it. It was pretty fast moving. It didn't seem to slow down. And if you like sarcasm, you'd like the movie. If you're not a
Yeah.
fan of sarcasm, then you shouldn't go watch it.
I would love to go see it again, except I'm too broke for that shit.
I'm gonna
I
look it
mean,
again.
I went literally by myself because, well, I got nobody around me that's gonna go, and I mean, even for me, it was $25 between popcorn, pop, and ticket.
Oh, my friend Will, you
Mm.
have to come to the movie with me. I pay movie price and drink price. Sometimes drink price. Sometimes.
Yeah,
But I never pay tax there anymore. I guarantee you I'll be stopping at a Speedway, getting that same size bag of M&Ms, if not two of them, for about the cost of both bags at the theater. I'm not paying that. And then the motherfuckers have the audacity to start selling churros. What is that shit about?
come on, man. Nothing's good without a churro.
Oh, nothing. That's true, but not a movie theater churro, and they're half the size. Fuck you, AMC. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
big
Well, I
press
mean,
on.
Yeah,
it is wintertime, so I mean, technically, you could sneak in a churro.
you could.
Yeah, just put it down your leg pant.
Yep, they're not gonna. They're not gonna look at me. I don't look Latin. I look black, so they're looking for other things, and they let
they're
that shit slide.
they're looking for popcorn chicken on you.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can't beat movie theater popcorn. So I mean, if you want to eat something,
No,
there's definitely that.
I like it better now. So yeah, that's something that we were talking about. I don't want to get too far off topic, but did Pete, when you worked at General Cinemas, did you put the butter on the popcorn, or did the customer do it?
No, we we did put the butter on the popcorn, and I guess there was a point in time that I tried to butter the popcorn, but
Stop humping the bag.
yeah, yeah. This popcorn's way too salty.
I can just see Pete like behind the counter, like in a humping motion, and people just looking at him like, and he's just smiling. Here's your popcorn, freshly salted.
That's right. It's like I promise I will eat more pineapple. That's all I can say.
I cannot keep a straight face every time I eat pineapples. Just for that.
It's I mean, does it work? I don't know. I'll probably you don't sample your own goods.
True that.
That's like the first rule.
You know what? And I'll give everybody some advice out there. Don't even think about it. Don't even tempt it. Don't even be curious because one day you'll slip up and say, "Yeah, you did it." It's kind of like birth control. All you gotta say to yourself is this: Do I want to be stuck with this bitch? Because it's the same mentality. Once you go past a certain point, you're screwed.
And
Yeah.
you're only screwing yourself.
Exactly.
or you will be for the rest of that relationship.
You,
I
you
was
What?
might
thinking
like it.
maybe we could get together. You could give me one of those Cleveland. No, go away.
Well, I tell you what, man, you're going to become hypercritical of anybody else because you're going to take the attitude that, if you want anything done right, you're going to do it yourself. So,
Nothing like some loving
that's right. Sometimes you just need a hand.
or two.
Or
Or a hand over a hand.
Yeah,
that's right, with a little spit in it.
or a toilet paper roll.
Where are you going with this? Toilet paper roll. At least he was honest. He didn't pull out the paper towel roll.
Yeah. No, that would be a lie. That'd be a complete lie. Be a complete lie.
Oh, she be walking the plank.
Yep. Just give me a little bit of lotion and a toilet paper roll, and
I mean,
I'm
that
good
would
to
be
go.
a mistake.
Wow.
Is it like a
That
poor man's flight?
yeah, that's I need a toilet paper roll, a rubber glove, or a rubber chicken, and some lotion. It's like baking a cake where you start substituting the oil for applesauce. I mean, I need some WD-40 and a rubber chicken.
Batter, goes in the bowl. That's just wrong. So, Deadpool, I think overall was a great movie. I look forward to how he plays into. Are they going to keep him in the Infinity Wars? I'm really excited to see that because he does.
He's on by Fox. He's going to be in. If anything, he's going to be in an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's the next X-Men movie after Apocalypse? There isn't. I mean, they can't really do too many more storylines because they've already arced out. I guess with what's his name, Minister Sinister or whatever.
Mr. Senator. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I can't see too much of what's going to happen after that. I think really what's going to be the breaking point for these movies is is how Civil War plays out because that's gonna generate a lot of money. And now with Dawn of Justice coming out soon, they are Warner Brothers is really hoping that they would have a bigger response from that movie than they did. They said there's a bigger response for Suicide Squad than there is for Dawn of Justice, and I think that's got a lot to do with them running Batman story into the ground. Like we get to see his parents die again in this movie.
It's yeah. You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
how many more times can we play out the Batman? I mean, because they never really seem to get the whole Superman thing right.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know why. I don't know if it's just because like Superman's just kind of like so generic, right?
Yeah.
He's this guy with awesome powers, hard to beat unless you got this one green rock. I mean,
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do with that, I guess.
Well, I mean, he's incorruptible as well. He doesn't have much of a dimension to him. I mean, you can't really relate to him because if you had, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, if you had X-ray vision, yeah, we all know what would happen.
Yeah, I mean, you make a very good point though. I mean, he's incorruptible, like so. He's not going out there. He's not going to be making questionable decisions. I mean, although they did go to a link there with when he killed Zod.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to. He didn't. He really didn't want to. They conveyed that very well. I thought this last movie that they did about Superman was good. Man of
Yeah.
Steel was pretty spot on. I thought, but they won't go to that dark place. There's a couple different times where he kind of has that questionable path, and they do series on that. There's a whole series where him and Lex actually become friends, but Superman's this dark, brooding asshole. I mean, they did a good job of that in the cartoon series. Um, they show him hover down out of like nowhere, and he's got this black suit on with the red S, and his bank robbers are just lighting him up with lead. And he's sitting there with his arms folded, across his chest, and he's like just watching them. And he literally like walks up and kills two of them and like breaks his other guy, and he like that's it. And I was like, wow, like he just killed two people where he wouldn't have done that before. You know, like so there is a whole side of him that they don't ever explore. And Christopher Reeves did it when he was remember when he was drinking and throwing people through pinball machines and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let me tell you. Let me just bring this point up, okay? What kind of assholes? I mean, you know, you got a super dude out there that could basically just punch a hole through your chest, and you're still
Right.
committing crimes.
Right. I mean, they're playing their odds, right? I mean, he can't be everywhere. We all know that.
But he's really fast, though.
True,
And
but I
Lois
mean,
found that out.
he's hanging out
Yeah.
by Metropolis for the most part. Metropolis, outside of Metropolis, what's happening? Well, I mean, we know Gotham's out of control. Unless one guy was there.
That's true.
Yeah. Why is he confined to Metropolis? I mean, he's supposed to be the savior of the world and, like, fighting all this crime, but yet he's just hanging out in one city, man. And then he'll go to his retreat in Alaska or the South Pole or North Pole or wherever he's heading, and just chill, man, in a snow mound.
The fortress, yeah.
The
Or no, the
Fortress of
fortress.
Solitude. He's like, I need some quiet time.
Those goddamn kids again.
Yeah,
I need a fortress.
yeah.
Where he's got his stash of toilet paper rolls and lotion.
If you like what you've heard, give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, thumbs up on YouTube. Live Prius or die. And again, thanks for listening.